So I started creating this game about 2 weeks ago, where in this reality, there are werewolves and you are the hunter. Now, this is just not a hunting simulator. You will actually be able to upgrade your gear, come back and hunt even more. I wanted to create something fun, scary, and replayable. But overall, honestly, I wanted to create something you can spend hours upon hours playing. I've been trying to get my streaming thing set up, but obviously my laptop don't come with enough USBs. So that's been very difficult to do. This would be my first official devlog for this new game I'm working on right now, which is like 10 times the improvement of the first game I'm doing. And I just can't wait to like show y'all more of this process. Devlog 1, you know, let's go, let's do this. I know my desk is a little junky and like a little dusty. Ooh, this is burning my hand, y'all. Get y'all some black coffee. Stop drinking sugar, okay? It's time to work. We finna work today, y'all. We finna get a lot of stuff done today, and let's go. So, after the failure of my first game, if you want to call it that, a failure being in that it didn't make any money, but honestly, the goal was never to make money with my first game. It was to gain the experience needed to make that game that I really want to make. And that's really just an open world experience in general, to be honest. So after the long hiatus and a lot of failed experiments, firstly being this game I called Away, short for Open Arena. The basis around this game were there was going to be 7 characters. You choose whatever character you want, being there was going to be no stats, levels, just kill points. And if you ever play Battlegrounds or something like that, you would kind of get that concept. But I was going to make it more flashy, I guess. Let's just say I learned a lot, but one thing I did learn that it was probably a little bit too much for a second game. The next project was actually another horror project, which the idea was basically take Little Nightmares and mix it with Uncharted. I don't know how I came up with this ideal, which as I'm saying it really just sound dumb. Third project was a multiplayer horror mining game. Imagine Among Us, but with the task being that you're mining and not trying to make too much noise. If too much noise was made, it summoned this creature and there was people there who can sabotage it and etc. That was the basis of that game, which to be honest doesn't sound like a bad project. I just believe the excitement wasn't there for the project. So in the end, it was scrapped. Now this dream game I'm talking about is, like I said in the beginning, is an open world type of game, but I am very aware that this is my second game, so I didn't want to go too extreme. So let's just talk about this game that I'm currently working. The first objective was to come up with a loop, a genre, and what the player is going to be doing. So the loop I came up with was you go fight monsters, you return to your base, and you upgrade your character, and you go back out and you fight monsters again. So within that loop, I will learn how to make inventory systems, stat systems, etc. And honestly, the list really goes on. The ultimate goal is to learn the necessary things to make this dream game I want to make later on in life, but just overall grounding myself on the things I need to understand to implement these systems. This would be a full week of development, y'all. Right here in my notes, I got, I think I spelled tie-in wrong, but whatever. I wanted to create some save logic, a game instance, slowing down the wolves and stuff like that, and a way to leave, quick little way to leave, and then the spawning, ghost attacking. So the spawning is too fast, I guess, and then they ghost attacking me when they die. And my goal was to get the experience a full loop before adding more stuff to more mechanics and stuff like that. I got my black coffee, and so I've been refining. Hopefully y'all see this video after my audio that I'm currently working on. So this will be the first week of devlog, and besides that, I wanted to try something different, more intuitive like this. I literally don't have no shadow, y'all. I'm just grinding right now. So I managed to finish a lot of stuff, and I'm going to talk about it in my audio clips a little bit more detailed and scripted. Y'all, I just had me some coffee. My daughter is in the background, watching TV and stuff. So we're going to get into the details of what this game really is, I guess, and the first week of me developing this. Let's get it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So the first week I spent creating the foundation for this game. So when I created the loop, I kind of understood what I wanted to implement already. So players could kill a werewolf, collect that loot, go to the workbench, and upgrade based off the items they have. Now I needed a safe zone and a way to basically let the player know you're being hunted. And first being that you were going to have a cabin in the middle of the woods where basically it was some sort of sleep cycle. So you have to sleep during the day and at night you can leave and basically go hunt werewolves. But there were so many issues with this idea. Like, what if you leave the cabin and try to run right back in which I fixed by putting a time that you have to be forced to be out there, which made sense system wise, but I still didn't want to break the feeling of the game because who's to say a werewolf can't kill you inside the cabin, you know? Like, it's a werewolf, middle of the woods. You get me? So in the end, I ended up with this ideal of you leaving the bunker, teleporting to the map. And then when you're on the map, you can teleport back to the bunker. Along the way of making this game, there were a ton of bugs. And honestly, there are still bugs. Down to getting hit after I killed the werewolf and I ended up dying and was like, what the fuck? The muzzle VFX is shooting sideways. The only way you're actually able to shoot the werewolf is when the wolf is in the line trace. So many different things that I have to fix. It's like crazy, but this is game development. And as of right now, it's not quite there yet. Things that I do want to implement though is smarter AI for sure. Like as of right now, they just run straight towards you, which isn't interesting. More explorable areas, cabins, different things you can go into and loot, multiple weapon choices, the list literally goes on. And the one thing I am really scared to create right now is a system where you can have a dog. This dog will tell you when there's enemies close. This dog will pick up your loot for you if you miss it. Overall, I want a game where I can turn it into anything in the future if it does well. There's no official Steam page up yet, and honestly, it might not be for a while. My second project is honestly to prove to myself that I can create a game better than the first. I was so afraid of concepts and mechanics in my first game that I feel like overshadowed the whole entire project, and this time I won't be doing that. The sky is the limits and I'm not stopping.